Hey everybody, it's Drew with Morning Momentum Room, and today I wanted to talk about the most important concept when you're momentum trading, day trading, or maybe even just trading in general, and that is heightened interest. So, heightened interest, roughly speaking, is moments like this, where a stock has been holding a consistent price for a long time, not doing anything, and then something triggers the interest of everyone, and that interest becomes a game, or that interest becomes volume, or that interest becomes people looking at the stock and waiting for it to go up, anything like that. And I'm going to show you how the morning momentum picks kind of work in that heightened interest to make a profit. So, for example, these were our picks yesterday. AMC has heightened interest for a reason. They released a large earnings report, and The Odyssey is probably the most profitable movie of this year. It's doing the best, at least. So, with those things in mind, overnight, this stock went up 20 cents, 25 cents, which is 10%. And then yesterday, I was able to buy it around 210 at market open, and then made good money off of it. And I'm going to go over more stocks here, but AMC particularly is a very stable stock. So for it to go up all of a sudden is a mark that something's going on. There's some reason for it to be going up. But there are some stocks, like the biggest winner yesterday, if you were paying attention, ZYBT, which this was about the mark where the market opened yesterday. So it was only at 127, trading in the volumes of the millions, 5 million people trading it. And this stock had no news, no normal reason to go up like an earnings report. The company didn't report anything during these days. But you can see overnight the stock jumped from 75 cents to 127, excuse me. And that is such an insane jump that the jump itself becomes interest, and the stock begins feeding into itself with a positive feedback loop. And all day long, this stock went up, reaching $8 during the market, and that's like a 500% gain. With no actual news, but the interest is still there. So as long as it has that heightened interest, it has the money-making capability, it has the fuel for the fire, it can go up. Now our other stocks today, this one began around here. So the interest was there, it had just jumped up, and after a little bit of profit taking, it did jump up again and make some money. Nothing substantial though, this is about 3% for this stock. So this is where buying stocks in a basket comes into play, where if you had just bought this stock or just bought this stock, for example, our other pick, which had heightened interest here. This is the market open for yesterday morning, but it only went down yesterday. So heightened interest alone isn't enough for a stock to fly or to go up, but it does mean that there's a potential there. So picking 4 potential winners is a good strategy. That's how you can win for the day consistently every day. So in the case of yesterday, it was an amazing day because AMC went up by a good amount, and of course ZYBT went up. This is a 500% gain, and this is the chart to show. These were the 4 ones I was just talking about, AMC and ZYBT being the winners. And a basket selection like this is how you can make money. So I also played some of the intermediate caps, made some money here. But now let's look at today. Now here's a look at today's picks. So they shared that same heightened interest, which is the key to the fuel for a stock actually going up throughout the day, instead of just muddling around doing nothing or losing everything or something. But a stock like this, where it's going up right before the market opens, 10 minutes before, this is definitely going to go up. So this was an easy pick for our morning momentum room, and most of the stock market was looking at this pick today. It had insane, incredible volume. So this was a great pick today. And now these other picks, this one was easy to profit on, as you can see, during the market. But the heightened interest happened a little bit before, right here, pre-market. And that's going to be the same with these other two picks as well. So they did go up today just a little bit. So you made money on them. But there was a major spike in the heightened interest just very recently, in the pre-market between yesterday and today. This doubled in price, and that's enough heightened interest to go in for the morning and make it a good basket pick. Same with this one. If you look at the week graph, you can see the heightened interest clearly, and that's why it was one of our picks for the basket, even though this one hasn't succeeded yet. Now there's still another 45 minutes, but I don't think it will. But as a pick for the basket, it works out, because losing a little on this is nothing compared to winning, and really winning. And this is how most of the days go in morning momentum. When you pick stocks with good heightened interest, you end up winning overall. And while VIVK and the pick earlier, ZYBT, were a bit of an anomaly, like, see, this is like an anomalous. It actually ended at $8, but then went down and settled at $6. So going from about 127 when the market opened yesterday, this won't show, but it went up to $8. I mean, that's unprecedented. So when you have picks like that in your baskets constantly in the weeks, you're gonna win. So that was my video on heightened interest and why we pick baskets of stocks every day instead of just one. And heightened interest really is the most important key part of the formula for morning momentum room. So remember that, and remember when the interest is happening when you're buying these stocks, and it can help you make an even bigger gain on some of these days. So, thank you for watching.